There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. It's our time. It's our time. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. 61, match, right. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On 1st and 10, Fields. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
90 is the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 90 is, hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, switch gears. Go. Check 3.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
The 26-yard line.
Ready. 10 logo. 56. Let him know.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 19 and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
56, right there, 56.
Ready weapon.
They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is indeed good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Second and 5. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Fields. That one complete to Driver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Squeeze. Safety's creeping. Yo. Let's go. Drive on. Check 13. Check 13.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Yeah. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Packers have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Go, go.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Switch. Hustle.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
6-6. Pull it out.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
At their 48-yard line.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Back to throw here. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields completes it to Jennings. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Hatchet. Check 4.
On first down, Fields. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Check. Lucky.
From the gun, Fields over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the Vikings' 30-yard line.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Pick the edge. Come back. Hey, watch.
2nd and 4. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
X3, 218, chopper, snap.
On 1st down, it's Cook, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 43. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Six guys. Check 6 guys. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. Tighten up. Check. Kill. Check 50.
From the gun, Fields is going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
25, check 25, check 25. Switch. Go. Motion.
Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Swing. Check.
On fourth down, Fields. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Second and long. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So you wonder what's going on in that head right about now. That's 2 missed field goals for him now, and this one should have been no problem.
For an NFL kicker, you're thinking 97, 98% from this distance, and this one somehow fails to go through. And that's 3 points you just absolutely have to count on getting.
Mike 54.
Hey, check.
36. Check. Shift.
Bang, 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 bang.
Throwing on first down, Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's first and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, switch gears. Trump. No. Mike spot forward. I'm coming. Shift. Check 3.
The final shot before break. Fields. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Keelan Cole, the intended target. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And let's get some penetration.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. This is Jennings. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's go now. 54. 54, Mike. Here we go, G. Get off the field. I got motion, man. Me. I got this.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
He's checking. Crash.
Check.
Go.
Crouch. Yup. Check 26.
Let it go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fields. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Hey, orbit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming. Mike's 54. No, Mike's 54. All day. Jim. Kill. Go. Alert 3.
On 1st and 10, Fields. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line.
I know you felt that one.
Check. Watch 54.
2nd and 2. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point safely through. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Check three, check three, check three. Watch, take off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Got his man. It's driver complete. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 1st down, Fields. That's caught by Jennings. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now!
Banjo, banjo, banjo.
They run it again with Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
60 outlaw.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Go. 56 to 5.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
5.
56 to Mike. 56 is the mic. Hey, let's get that.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Pick me up. Here we go. Switch.
Time up.
Throwing on 1st down. Fields. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
3 buzz. Check 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Showing it. Go. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Check pass. Whip. Go. Shift.
From the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check 37. He's coming. We got double up.
Go. Switch.
Throwing again. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Vikings on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll find Driver here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's keep moving. Watch out, watch out. Watch out. Check 43. You.
From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Six guy. Check 6 guy. Check the hot read. Check. Sponge.
Off play action. Fields. He's going to go for it all. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's third down.
60 or.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's all over.